This is Frank with Vyral Marketing. Here's Danae. She's been in real estate for 20 years, but most of that time, she's worked at a W-2 position in real estate. And just recently, 7 months ago, Danae, you decided to leave the certainty of a W-2 paycheck and go all in 100% commission to have more control and to grow your income. I'd love to hear your decision behind that. And then in addition to that, usually when you're in those vulnerable positions, you're open to spending money with everything and everyone to get you started in the real estate space. There's no lack of anyone who's going to take your money. But you did your research, and normally someone who comes into viral marketing who's had extensive experience, generating their own business and gone through all that, maybe doing 25 or more deals on their own. You found Vyral and entered right at the very beginning of that journey, which is unique. I'd like to speak to that and the results that you're getting. So today's interview with Danae is going to be about how she ramped up her business, essentially from scratch, but given the context, she's been in the industry for 20 some years, and how you did it. And for anyone watching, maybe copy your model for success. And this is also done in the very competitive market of Orange County, California. How many realtors are in Orange County today?
I believe 10,000.
No, very competitive.
Yeah.
So Danae, let's start here with the interview. Thanks for doing this, by the way.
Yeah,
Much
I'm
appreciated.
super happy to be here.
Thank you for being a customer. So tell us the moment when you said, it's time for me to leave my W-2 position and go all in 100% commission as my own agent. Tell me emotionally, tactically, just around that point of your life, what drove that decision? And then we'll talk about what you did to launch your career.
Yeah, a lot of my decision was actually family based, which, well, I should say it was family based to go into the W-2 position because I'm like, I have little kids to feed now. I can't have the roller coaster of real estate commissions up and down. And I like that every other Friday, the money just showed up in my account, whether I worked, A plus or a B minus, the money was still there. So it's kind of, I went that route for the steady paycheck. But then it's also the reason that I left because there wasn't growth opportunities. And I just thought, it's time to bet on myself. I'm 42. I read something that in your 40s is your biggest prime for making money. Your 30s, you're still kind of learning a little bit. Your 50s, you're kind of slowing down a bit. And this is obviously not for every human on earth. But for me, I'm like, I'm 42. I'm going to just go 100 miles an hour for the next 10 years and make as much money as possible. And I'm not going to do that sitting behind a desk. So I just decided to quit. I quit end of November. So I took all of December off. I just wanted to kind of like regroup and strategize. And now I'm back. Full time real estate gig. It's been good to me. It was good to me in the past before the W-2 job. And you just have to have the right mindset. And this second go around, coming back into it full time, I really wanted to build something that was authentic to myself. In the past, I kind of chased a lot of lead sources that weren't really good for me, but they're like, well, everybody's doing that, or everyone says this is where you need to be. And I went true to myself, and I think it's paid off so far. I'm on a good trajectory.
What do you mean true to yourself?
So there's a lot of coaches that say you have to prospect, to sit down for 2 hours a day, just call, or knock on doors or pay the online ads. There's a very heavy influence on you have to be on social media. As the weird one, I hit select all delete on all my social media. I'm actually back on social media now because I figured out a way that I could be on social media but still be myself. Because in the past, so many realtors are trying to just take flashy photos, and it's just not who I am. I don't want to portray that. I don't want to be that. Um, so I was like, let me find some people who are doing real estate the way I want to do it, and then it exists. That's the beauty of real estate. You can be you and still make money. Um, so I tried to go less. So my biggest philosophy is not to chase leads. I want people to come to me. I want people to raise their hand and say, "You are a good agent. You offer value. I would be honored to work with you." And that's what I've positioned myself to be in that spot. and not chase the lead. I want to be magnetic and attractive, not chasing, which is hard to do in a commission only sales job, but it's working for me. And video is a big part of that.
So you had to get very clear on what customer acquisition philosophy and methodology you would actually follow long term that you're excited to do to get clients. And I'm assuming that is database, existing relationships. You know, you have 20 years in the industry, but W-2. So that December, we were like, okay, I have to get appointments. I got to talk to buyers. I got to talk to sellers. I got to schedule meetings. In your mind, what was the plan? Share the plan with us of what you were going to do to make that happen.
Well, from an efficiency standpoint, I have 4 kids, ages 3, 2, 10 months, and 6 months. Okay. They're all adopted. So they're very close in age. So there's very little of me to go around. So I'm like, I had to sit down and get clear, like, what is the most efficient way to get commission dollars to come in that I can be there for my family, but also have the dollars come in. And a database has always proven to be number one, like by a mile. In the past, I did a lot of chasing internet leads specifically. You can have 100 leads come in and one statistically will close. And if you're just insanely good agent, maybe 2 or 3 out of 100 will close. And if you're, into chasing that, that's good for you, but it's not good for me. And I didn't like the feeling of 97% of people are bothered that I'm calling them or they don't remember signing up. And I'm not afraid to do that. I've done that grind a lot. But this go around, I wanted to do it my way. And so just working the database and offering value, it makes you magnetic. And when people come to you, you're in flow. And when you're in flow, you become more magnetic. It's just gets stronger and stronger, depending on what superpowers you're into. But it happens. It's true. Like the more magnetic you are, the more magnetic you are, and it just gets bigger and bigger. So I'm in that business comes to me mindset, and it does. So usually I'm on the park playing with my kids, and my past client will call and say like, "Hey, you did a great job for me. My neighbor now wants to buy too. Can you help them?" Like, sure, But so business just comes to me now, and a lot of that is just staying in touch with them and then doing a good job and educating. Those three things together, and you win.
That's such a profound view of approaching business for someone who's new in the commission game. Just curious, how did you calm the anxiety of where's my money going to come from to think on such a um, magnetic slash doing the marketing and knowing this stuff's just going to happen without like the grinding out of the calls to make it happen? How did you calm the anxiety of that? Just belief.
So, well, one thing I did do 1 month of coaching. I probably should still be in it because it was very impactful for me, but it was only 1 month, and it was a money manifest coach. And so it wasn't a real estate coach. It's not a life coach either. It's how to attract money, and it's somewhat based on like the what everybody already knows is like what you think about, you attract more of. And if you can get your mindset right, because in my mind, this business is all mindset. I know that I'm talented. I know that I'm smart. I was taught that as a young age. God bless my parents for making me believe it. So then, if you feel it, you attract it. And so, my number one lead source is open house because when people come in, I know they should be grateful to know me, and I don't say that in an ego way, but I know that I'm going to take good care of them, and they feel it. And I work with a lot of clients from open house, and then I work with a lot of clients from my video and keeping in touch with my past clients. Just those three things. That's it. I'm done chasing leads from Zillow or online or any paid source at all. So I'm kind of
I've never heard that. A month of
no.
money manifest coaching
Yes.
that
I'll have to share
I,
her info
I
if you want. She's an Australian
psychologically
lady. That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
psychologically have to get out of this scarcity mindset that I just have to
Yes.
pick up the phone and start dialing because it's the fastest, easiest way to feel like I have
Yes.
some form of control over my income, to letting go and to start letting publishing essentially
Yes.
attract people to me. And I have to remove that anxiety of that.
Mhm.
And a month of coaching with a money manifestation coach I've never heard of did that.
Yeah.
I want this person's number.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
send it
referring her to every
uh,
Vyral client.
it's not for everybody because it feels very woo-woo, feels very like the universe will serve me, and some people can't wrap their heads around that, but when you look at the physics of energy, I believe it 100%, and if I believe it, then it's true because you create your own, reality, so yeah, it works for me.
I'll say something to that because it is hard if you're not in the right mindset
Yes.
to sit down, slow down, let's say on a Monday afternoon or a Monday morning, and plan a high quality piece of content that you proof and you look at and you deliberately and purposely send out to help
Yes.
requires such an internal state of calm and certainty that's going to attract, because that pull of like I just gotta go pick up the phone to get that next commission check keeps pulling you back in the other direction.
No, it's like, when I call people, I say, "If I can genuinely help you, let's work together. If I can't, it's okay." And I mean that, and that's very sincere, and that's I just look for help to people that wanna be helped. That's it. That's all I do, and I'm good at my job, and I know that, and I know that I'm gonna take care of them like they're my own sister or mother, and they feel that, and that's it in a
So
large
you
way. Yeah.
so you are going off and doing your own business. This is probably the
Mhm.
first time you start spending your own money
Yeah.
to get money, right? Taking on expenses. So why don't you speak to how you came to the decision to give Vyral your money versus all the other options? And then
Yep.
if you could speak to the emotional jump there
Yeah.
of now using your own funds to generate funds versus your
Yeah.
employers.
So there is a real estate coach that I first got into video with, and she was teaching that she was relocated to a new area, didn't know anybody, and just started giving free content. And I signed up for her class, and she is very nitty gritty on buy this microphone, buy this editing software, and I'm like 8 hours deep into training about how to use a stupid app on my phone to color correct the video, and I'm like, this is crazy, this is not my superpower, I'm not a high school kid supposed to be editing videos, I just am supposed to share my knowledge to help people, and that's what I'm going to commit to. So I am, again, with the 4 kids, you get very good at efficiency, and I rather pay a professional team handle it for me. And there's times I'll get off the phone with a client. I'll give you an example. I have a buyer in escrow right now. They're just beside themselves that all the systems in the home are original condition. And they're like, this was not on the seller disclosures. And so I had to walk them through. Sellers don't actually have to disclose things are old. They have to disclose if they're broken. So then, as soon as I hung up with that client, I do talk to text for my email. I tell, hey, Shane, I need a video script. I want to make a video on why sellers don't have to disclose things are old. They only have to disclose that things are broken. And I think like an hour later, Shane's like, here's your next script. We'll see you on the video shoot and we'll film this. So you guys just make my life way easier. Yesterday, I shot 4 videos, no, 3 videos, 3 videos in 30 minutes because of Shane's help. Because I said, Shane, I want to make a video on these 3 things. They're literally questions that my buyers or sellers ask me. And that's what I make my videos on. I had a client ask me, uh, is it okay if I go to an open house? And I was like, okay, I'm going to make a video on can a can a seller let themselves in an open house? Like, is that normal? Is that weird? Is that allowed? And it works. That's how I make my videos. And I use your scripts sometimes, but mostly it's based off what my clients ask me.
How did you build the confidence to wean yourself off of our provided scripts to come up with something entirely custom?
Well, I figured if one of my clients had that question, then other people do as well. So I just use Shane to help me write the script. I just come up with a concept based on anytime anybody asks me anything, I say, would other people have this question? And if they do, then I make the video about it.
I'll speak to this in the interview. Sometimes you feel the questions that customers ask you are like so naive or
Mhm.
simplistic
Yeah.
that you're like, I don't even want to talk about that because it's so sophomoric or entry level, whatever the word is, you know? And you start graduating to wanting to start thinking about creating content for your peers, like other agents, to see how smart
Mhm.
you are. It's a natural gravitation. But you're deemed an expert not by your peers, but it's by your audience. And
Yeah.
your audience are the people that pay you and hire you and retain you to represent them. And those are the real questions they're asking.
Yes.
And you're like super grounded to the market and you're
Yeah.
listening to those questions. So when your content goes out, it's incredibly hyper local and relevant when it hits your
Yeah.
database.
One of my buyers right now, um actually, so a past client asked me, "Hey, what do you know about buying a duplex in Newport Beach? Is that a smart investment?" So I tell him all I know about investing in real estate. Then I record a video on should you buy a investment in Newport Beach, cuz obviously he had the question, so somebody else might as well. That video has gotten me 3 new clients. These are all buyers in the 3 to $5 million price range, which is crazy. I made another video. Um, a neighbor asked me, "I'm only 55, but do you know anything about Laguna Woods? It's a 55 plus community." And I'm like, "Yes, there's 3 things you need to know about Laguna Woods before you buy." That video is probably my top ranking video. I have over like 5,000 views on that, and I probably get a call every week off that video. People are like, "Hi, saw your video. When can you show me property?" Like, they don't interview me. They know I know the market. They know my personality. When they meet me at the Coffee Bean, which is where I meet them, they already know what I look like. It's amazing. So then again, I'm helping those that need and want my help, and it's just magnetic. People are coming to me. And those are just straight new leads. That's not even, the benefit of keeping in touch with my past clients.
Did you do a video before Viral?
Yeah, but mostly it was, with the virtual assistant out of the Philippines, and I was just trying based on what the other coaches were saying, how you should do a video, but those videos were nowhere near as good of quality. And then even when I was able to make those videos, the video editor just serves you just the video, and I think what people don't realize about your company, or maybe your customers do,
Well,
but
people need to see it.
it's not just the video, right? Because you can create a killer video, but then are you gonna take the extra time to also put it on your blog, to also put it on social media, to also put it on LinkedIn, to also write an
Do you do the
email
postcards?
newsletter that goes with it? I am, yeah.
Oh, Danae,
Yes.
you are a perfect client.
Yes.
So speak to the video postcard because so many of our customers blow it off that like, oh, postcard.
Okay, so you cannot be a digital only agent, in my opinion. I have 21 years experience now. The agents that win, the top whatever percent, they all do some mailer. But I think that they all fail in the mailing in that their ego plays. It's like just listed, just sold, or some stupid newsletter about all this market data that's too complex for anyone to digest who's not an economist. So I've never been a fan of the traditional direct mail pieces. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to put the QR code. I'm going to put my most popular video. They can watch it or not. Maybe they just see my face and chuck it in the trash. But I think it's going to help grow my YouTube channel. And I think it's just another touch piece. Mail is so overlooked.
Mail off.
You taught
Yeah.
me a lot of that too.
How many people are on your postcard list that you built by hand of your most
Only
valuable contacts?
So, 329 to be exact, so it's not a huge mailing, but that's
And it shouldn't be. And that
yeah,
only probably costs you maybe what $180 to mail.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, like, one of the best, values. Just to put that in context, like, my online lead thing, I was spending 3,000 a month on a low end month, and then I'm chasing these people, and I might get one person to not hang up on me or see my value. And I'm like, I'm done with that. I rather send it to the 329 people that know I'm of value. And then when their cousin needs to buy, they're going to call me. I think agents also overlook that too. It's like, oh, I don't need to keep in touch with this guy because he just bought last month, or he's never moving. It's a single level, but it doesn't matter. He's going to refer your cousin.
Danae, you're incredibly self aware.
That's the age 42 and 4 kids and 3 chihuahuas gives you clarity.
I'm so glad you're doing the postcard. I'll say this to you and anyone watching this. I bet you that if we just did the postcard and skipped all the digital at Viral, you might even get better results.
It's crazy,
And
right?
I think
Yeah.
that might be true, only because I think we're going to see so much AI slop
Yeah.
digitally that that authentic postcard showing up with a real video that you knew Chat GPT didn't do it, and as long as it's not like a deep fake you're sending your database,
Yep.
I think is going to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
So thank you, Danae, for doing that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, going a little bit deeper in the previous question I asked you, like you decided to spend your money on Vyral.
Yes.
Why us?
So for couple reasons. One, it allowed me to be my authentic self. I sit down for 30 minutes, I just share my knowledge and I'm done. So it's very in line with who I want to be as a business owner. But the second reason is because it is an entire package. And that's what I was saying is it's not just the video editing because sure, get um if I really got into it, I could be a good video editor if I did choose to clip out all these little things. But then I also have to be a blogger. Then I also have to be a content writer for my email newsletter. Then I also have to post on all my social media. Then I also have to cut shorts. I have to do thumbnails. Like, I don't want to do any of that. So it's the whole package for a very low monthly fee, in my opinion. Don't raise your rates on me based on that. But the the average lead source is probably, if you're going to do it right, at 3,000 a month, and maybe that's market specific, but this is less than a third of the cost, and to be honest, probably 10x the results than chasing leads. And I'm not saying don't do Zillow. If you like Zillow, good for you. But I spent 3 to 5 thousand a month with Zillow for years, and it would be some version of spent 26,000 then made 27,000. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, it wasn't working. Same with all the online leads that I've bought. I've done not YouTube, but Facebook paid ads and all that stuff. And you just chase and you spend and spend and spend, and it doesn't go anywhere. So I needed something cost efficient, and I needed something that was the full package, and I needed to embrace who I was, and I also didn't want to ignore the database that I built. I actually don't have that many people on my list. There's like 3,600 emails. So it's not a humongous database, but that is more than enough. I was told once by my one of my first brokers, if you have 100 people that you call them and you say, "Hey, it's Danae," and they know who you are, like, "Oh, hey, Danae." They're not like, "Who's this? When we meet?" If they know you, if they would say hi to you at a restaurant, if you have 100 people, then you'll make 100,000 a year as long as you keep in touch with them. So I'm like, I have to keep in touch with these people. I have 100 people that I can call. They have my name saved in their phone. They know who I am. They saw me at a restaurant, they'd wave, right? So if you don't keep in touch with them, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I don't want to be that like, oh, do you want me to run a CMA on your house? Like, oh, have you thought about selling this year? You should do that. I'm not saying don't do that, but the easiest is just educate, provide value, and they call you when they want. That works really well for me.
So let's sum it up. You leave the W-2 position, and
Yep.
you're 7 months, eight
Yeah.
months into it. How's business?
Really good. I in the 7 months I've made more than my yearly salary, and I was on a very good salary.
Well, that's good.
Yes. And minimal expenses, I'll say. I do still like open house because that's also in alignment with the videos and that I get to connect with people. Um, but yeah, I'm on a very good trajectory, and as my database grows, you guys nurture it, and I just wait for people to call me. I know the real estate coaches out there are like, you got to prospect more, and it's not that I don't prospect, because I do call people and I do follow up with people. I just don't want to chase cold leads. I like to, you know, help when I need to help.
Well, today at this point, I mean, you're doing just fine, but because you have so many people that know you, I'll just give you a thought that there's no need for you to call your database proactively. You could
Mhm.
hire someone, anyone, locally around the world, with a very simple script. Hi, I work for Danae. I believe you two know each other. She asked me to call you. One is maybe to invite you to this event, attend her selling webinar, come to burgers and beers at the bar, whatever. Or maybe she wanted to pass along the quarterly market update to you of where we think home prices are heading, what's going on. And two, let you know that she's available for a free buying or selling strategy call to help you plan your move. Would you be interested in talking to her? I could schedule that call.
Yeah, that's very much in alignment with my business, so I should absolutely do that because everything you said is just can I give you something of value and can I
To
help
start,
you? It's not do you want to buy this or can I sell that? It's focused on them, so that's a really good script.
yep, because they're calling on behalf of you under
All
your
they
brand
can
name.
say is, "Oh, thank you so much for thinking of me." They're not
Yeah,
gonna hang up on you
or
and
just
be
not interested,
like,
whatever. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. If you're interested in having a conversation about that next, I think you have such a good database. If you added just a little bit of appointment setting help or calling
Yes.
assistant help like that, I think that might get you to the next level
Yep.
to get more out of your list.
No, agreed. It's powerful because then that would really be everything working together because right now I am missing that element.
Danae, thank you.
I appreciate you.
How could someone get a hold of you if they have some questions and they like your philosophy and your approach to business?
I'm a big call or text me. I know a lot of people say find me on social media and then see where I was at last night with my sister. Like I don't I you, if you want to follow me on Instagram, fantastic. But my biggest thing is let's talk. Call or text me. And share my number. It's 949-216-8565. I throw that out there on all my videos too. That's available for the public and all real estate agents, however you guys want to connect. But call or text is the best way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Danae, thank you for being a customer. Much appreciated. And
Yep. I
thank you for
appreciate you
sharing all
guys so
your
much.
insights today.
Yeah. See you next time.